Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining me wherever you are joining me. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. If you're joining me on the YouTube channel, make sure that you like, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers before May. We're off the pace. I need you guys to pick it up. Tell a friend, tell a homeboy, coaches, fans, especially you Giants fans out there. I've got a lot of Giants stuff coming soon. A lot of stuff exclusively just for Giants fans. So if you like what I do, if you've seen me with my, if you've read my Giants country stuff, if you've heard me on a Locked On podcast with Patricia when she has me on, if you like what I say, if you like what I do, trust me, there's more coming. To everybody else, I want to start off today with some fresh hate. And when I say hate, I mean, yeah, it's hate, but not really, because who has time for the real, but just things that kind of, annoy me, things that bug me, things that I think about. I think fresh hate's good sometimes. Sometimes you got to give people some fresh hate because, hate is how the world goes around. And this is the one thing I'll say. It's the one thing I'll say off the bat. When are we going to get past the whole, did you file your taxes? I don't need you people to tell me to file my taxes. Uncle Sam will do a good job of it for me. Everywhere I look, there's a did you file your taxes post. Did you file your taxes? Do you guys just not have anything to talk about? Like, none of you are tax attorneys. None of you are accountants. I haven't seen one person that's an accountant with the file your taxes. Maybe I don't follow them. Maybe they don't follow me. I don't know. But everybody that I've seen talking about file your taxes, none of you guys actually have anything to do with taxes except for your own. So thank you for reminding us for the 100th millionth time, yes, we filed our taxes. And guess what? If we didn't file our taxes, we were never planning to. So shut up about it. Like I said, I'm on some fresh hate this morning. At what point will college coaches and NCAA teams stop giving the brother of the good athlete a scholarship? At what point do we say, you know what? It doesn't pay for us. It doesn't make sense for us to waste a scholarship on a kid we know is never going to play here. You sign a great athlete, 5-star athlete, 4-star athlete, really good. Then their brother comes along or their sister comes along. And all of a sudden you're giving that kid a scholarship too. And you're like, wait a minute. Why are you, that kid's not, she can't be. Meanwhile, you have really good athletes out here who are losing out, not getting an opportunity to play Division I football, Division I basketball, Division I volleyball, softball, soccer, tennis, track and field. Why? Because you're giving scholarships away to people who don't deserve the scholarship. Coach, who are you to say that they don't deserve the scholarship? Who's any one of us to say it, right? But if we're going just based off talent, if we're going based off projection of talent, right? When when Alabama signs Tua's little brother, we all knew the fix was in. Tua's little brother's never going to play at Alabama. We could all see it. And it's not even necessarily that he wasn't talented enough for a Division I scholarship, but he wasn't talented enough to be at Bama. They were going to out-recruit him before he ever had a chance to get in. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, the only reason that Mac Jones got a chance to start his senior year was because of the convergence of all the people who left, right? That's the only reason Mac Jones gets a chance to start. If all of the people who left, if the succession line had gone the way it was supposed to go, Mac Jones never sees the field for Alabama. Mac Jones never becomes that dude for Alabama. If we don't have an extra year, does Mac Jones become that? I have no clue. So we can see the writing on the wall. Why are we giving these brothers and sisters of the good athlete, of the great athlete, scholarships? Are you just hoping that the kid develops late? Because you knew on the other kid early. You knew this kid was going to be special early. This other kid, nice kid, good athlete, does well. He's not his brother. She's not her brother. She's not her sister. Give that scholarship to someone who deserves it. And can you guys please stop being lazy with these budgets? I ain't talking about you lower level coaches. I know y'all ain't got no money. But all of these big time, Division I programs with $1 million plus budgets for recruiting, and yet y'all are nickel and diming these kids for your contact camp or your lineman camp or your 7-on-7, and you're just like bleeding money out of these kids, and that's the way they're getting on the radar. That's the way you're getting a chance to see them. So if they don't do that, then they don't have a chance. See what I'm saying? Doesn't make any sense. Now, mind you, it's better than it used to be. It used to be Wild Wild West. They used to have a camp, tell you to bring the kid up. Don't worry about the kid paying. They pay the coach to bring the kid. And if you think I'm lying, ask some people. Remember, I'm not just Coach Gene Clemens because I decided to give myself this name. I've been in this world for a long time now. It used to be Wild Wild West. But the thing that's been constant is teams giving players, siblings, scholarships that don't deserve it. And while it's a fun story, in this society today, where that transfer portal is recycling kids and taking away scholarship opportunities from some of these other high school kids, we need all of the scholarships that could possibly be going to high school kids to continue to go to high school kids. Please and thank you. With love. I look at what the NBA is doing, right? And these NBA players. And I simply go, what motivates you? What motivates you? Fresh hate this morning. Like, how can you sit there and get blown out? How can you sit there and get blown out in a playoff game? Like, how are we not watching good defense in playoff games? How are you just getting blown by every single play in a playoff game? And when do you just say, you know what, I'm not gonna do it anymore? Like, I'm not gonna deal with this anymore. You're not gonna get me out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna be able to sit down in this stance. I'm gonna sit down in this stance. You're not gonna stop. You're not gonna be able to go by me this time. Like, at what point do we say, hey, I'm no more, no mas, right? At what point do we say, I am putting my foot down, if you will? Because at some point we have to, correct? Like at some point we need to be able to defend ourselves is the wrong word. But at some point we need to be able to just go, hey, you're not gonna take advantage of me anymore. You're not gonna abuse me anymore. I'm not gonna be your punching bag anymore. Like, where's the pride? Where's the pride? Where's the part where you go, no, this isn't how it's rolling. I'm not going to stand for this. At what point do you just not allow one player to just keep on constantly spanking you? I've never been anywhere near the level of talent as anybody in the NBA. But when I played basketball, if you score once or twice on me, something's happening the next time. Like in my brain, I'm going, he is not scoring again. Like at some point, you just have to have pride. And I'm looking at these NBA games and some of these guys who are defending, and I'm like, they don't need you for your offense. So if you can't stop anybody, what are you doing on the court? It's sad. But that's why some of these teams who have been perennial, like, okay, make the playoffs but go home teams, will continue to be, okay, make the playoffs and go home teams. Because if you're not playing any defense, eventually you're going to the crib. You know what else I think about? I think about the USFL, right? So I was trying to figure out. They're making their players pay for apartments, their apartments or whatever, the hotels, wherever they're staying in Birmingham, because they're all in Birmingham. And shout out to the USFL. I might have said XFL. No, I may have said USFL. Shout out to the USFL for a successful first week, right? Go Bandits. But the USFL, they're making their players pay for the residences that they themselves are have mandated that they stay in, and they're making the players pay for that. Like the players have to come out of pocket for those. But I don't understand how that works. Like I don't understand how you make a team play for how you make a player, pay for something that you've mandated that they stay in. Right? I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me. But then I also don't understand this kind of idea of trying to coaches trying to set their priorities or whatever it might be, where they're supposed to be laying down the law, first year coaches, and then you hear that there was this coach or this player who got cut because he ordered a pizza instead of the meal that he was told to order. And I go, what? Now they have to order the meal that they're told to order? Now since when did this become a thing? Like, how would, you didn't order what we told you to order, so you're cut? Like, that's the petty? And then when you look at the product and you see guys not in right positions to make plays, the fact that you've got quarterbacks out there that should not be professionals, period. Like, there's a lot of warts with the USFL, but that was a horrible look. Did they think that that would look good? Is that why they filmed it and then released it? Did they think that people would be like, oh, yeah, man, that makes sense. You should have cut that dude. No, we're looking at you guys like clowns. And again, this is coming from a staunch supporter of the USFL. That's a bad look. It's an awful look. And it's a shame. I wonder, right? So if these are the salaries of the players now, right? When next year, when they go back to their own cities, hopefully, are they going to make them pay for the place where they live then? And if they don't, are they going to lower the salary because of it? I hope not. Because it's nickel and diming of the people who have the least amount of money in sports is ridiculous. Start taxing the people with the money. How are you a new professional entity with a major television contract and you haven't struck a deal with a hotel company to allow them to let your players stay there for free? Or for like a crackhead discount. Not know, hey, you're going to pay $100 and something a day for 2 months, 3 months, thousands upon thousands of dollars. Hey, you're going to pay $35 a day. Okay. How have you not struck a deal up with the hotel? How have you not struck a deal up with some company that would pay for the housing? Why is that coming out of the players' pockets? And finally, fresh hate. Fresh hate goes out to Omar Kelly. I don't really know where he works. I don't know if he's still with like a Miami Press or if he's just doing like I Am Athlete stuff. But I don't follow him. But every once in a while, his posts come across, right? Every once in a while, I see a post from him. And every time I see a post of him, I just like put my hand on my head. Like, brother, what are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? This morning he wrote that Wentz has accomplished more than Kaepernick. But Kaepernick would be an excellent number 2 in Washington. I would like to go on record as saying I don't have anything against other grown men, but when you talk and you say certain things, maybe you should know what you're talking about. The only thing that Carson Wentz accomplished more than Colin Kaepernick was being a higher draft pick. He wasn't better in college. He didn't have a better NFL career. So what do we talk? He didn't take his team further. Let's not forget that everybody wants to act as if Wentz is a Super Bowl champion because of what he did. His accomplishment was getting them a good regular season record. But he had nothing to do with that playoff run. He did not win those games. And so we got to make sure that we stop giving guys who don't deserve credit for accomplishments the credit for accomplishments. It's like with the University of Florida and Tim Tebow. And they give Tim Tebow credit for that first national championship that he was on, team that he was on, where Chris Leak was the starting quarterback and was a monster, balled out. Yet we make it seem as if Tebow won 2 championships as the starting quarterback of the University of Florida. No, he lost and he won with probably one of the greatest collection of talent in the history of football. man, this dude he says some of the most ridiculous stuff, and I can't figure out if he's doing it for effect because he's trying to troll or if he really means this stuff. Like, dude, what are you talking about? What has Wentz accomplished? What is his accomplishment? Where are his Super Bowl highlights? Where are his playoff highlights where he's winning games? What has he accomplished? I can't even. I just know at the end of the day, people better start like figuring things out. Because we don't have to look bad. We're choosing to look bad. We don't have to look bad. We're choosing to look bad. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. We do this thing a few times a week. Rate the show, comment, agree or disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings on every podcast platform. I appreciate it. And if you're joining me on the YouTube channel, you know what to do. Like, subscribe. Trying to get to 3,000 before May. Until next time, peace.